All right, we back once again. Uh, Man, I can't believe I uploaded the wrong video yesterday. Sorry about that. But today, obviously, FOMC coming out, and so I would expect some chop into about was it 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Central, depending on what your market hour is going to be 2 o'clock, I believe. But let's just look at the landscape here. This is going to be the VIX for March 29th. Today is a VIX-X, so this whole picture would be empty for today. There's all the gamma, all the OI expires today, so there's no point in looking at it. Let's just look at the next cycle essentially for VIX-X, which would be the end of the month. So next Wednesday, you're still in sort of a positive gamma VIX environment, so hitting that lower end, I would say. If you listen to the podcast or my previous video where we were talking about how the VIX probably is going to come down into a floor and try to head back up again, I would not be surprised to see VIX try to make it back up into this 25, 28 range. 25 is going to be kind of a big spot. You can see zero gamma right here where this line is crossing through. This is a cumulative gamma. Zero gamma right at that call wall, and a big gamma bar there, so a big positive gamma bar. So if VIX gets any kind of movement to the upside, 23, 24 probably gets it to that 25, as long as we're holding this 21, 22. All right, so let's look at the skew. Skew, again, we're elevated the next three expiries, so that's kind of what I'm focused on. It's just into Friday, so today into Friday. You can see the rest of the structures fairly similar. We've got some action here where some of these are actually below the further dated June contracts here on calls. So you can interpret this any way. Either basically they're saying, yeah, we're just getting rid of our calls because they're all going to expire worthless, or they're cheap right now. So you can take that what it's worth. I think it's more of they're going to expire worthless. And people are starting to hedge a little bit. That's why the IV is rising on the left side. Here, the whole skew is a little lifted here for the next three. Likely, this is the difference here between this and the rest. You're sitting up here at about 30 to 22 or 23. And, you can kind of just see the elevation versus these. That's likely just going to be that event fall. So whatever this difference is here, likely to see that come down. If that's going to happen, if it actually does happen, then you'll see some crush, depending on who's going to get crushed. That's what we're talking about. This is for Friday, and see the expected range here is about 405, and it's here to about 393. So you can kind of see the floor and ceiling here on SPY, at least for now. Expected movements. Zero gamma sitting here at 410, and so if the vol crush comes in, it's going to hit a lot of this. In my opinion, it's going to crush a lot of this because we may be call heavy into this, but I think overall OI is actually put heavy. We can actually verify that real quick with just a GEXN. I'm pretty sure it's put heavy. We'll look at that, let that load, and then that's for Friday. And then we got for today. So as long as we're above this 395, really your main levels is 400. If 400 can break, you may see a little ramp to about 405, 406. I personally don't think 406 is in the cards. But it is definitely sticking out there as something that's in the distribution. But your zero gamma for today is actually around 397. So I would look for price to sort of try to gravitate towards this 395, 397 area. Let's load this up and see. Yeah, we're put heavy. So you can see by the P and C ratios, not that put heavy, but overall put heavy. So puts are actually in danger here for the most part. Okay, and then this is for Thursday. Again, zero gamma sitting here at 400. So I would imagine this 400 level, at least until tomorrow, being pretty big resistance. Again, we can try move into that 405, and don't forget we've got that 410 zero gamma. This is all going to change, but this is just how it's set up for the morning based on the updated OI. So as of right now, this is just what we can work with. So 405 in the cards, 410 on maybe a fake up. I don't think it would stay up there very long. But again, we're seeing this 393, 394 as the floor over and over again. Qs, 315 sitting here at zero gamma. We talked to, unfortunately my video didn't get updated yesterday, but it's 309, 310 area was a big place to watch. And so looking at 304 here as sort of a floor, 302 as a floor on Qs. But looks like, man, to me it just looks like, there's not much more upside coming in the market's just given, maybe a percent or two, which is not, it's not insignificant. But again, 315, this is for today, 315 coming in. You can see the difference here. Friday 315 not as big as 310, so the Friday expiries are typically a little bit more weighted than the smaller expiries during the week. So that would again suggest to me that a lot of this 315 probably ends up getting sold off, getting expiring. This is for tomorrow. Again, you get the big X level here at 307. So I'll be watching this 307 as support. If we can break through that, attack the 305 and get down into some of this, some of these areas down here. You see zero gex again down lower. So there's only one or two instances where zero gex, the zero gamma level is actually above everything, and most of it is actually down below. All right, we got IWM. Just looking at this for Friday, 180 sort of being a ceiling. We're actually trading more towards the floor of the positive gex area. So maybe a flip coming here, but you got the zero gamma, which again, I'm using the zero gamma sort of as a magnet as we head into expiries. So towards Friday, if this zero gamma is still here, you'll likely see a lot of this expiring and push the market up. But as of right now, it doesn't look that great. It looks like it's sitting here ready to break back into this, back in towards the expected lows here, about 174, 173. And today, this looks sort of like a pin situation here for IWM expiring today on FOMC, which is, IWM is weighted in banks. A lot of it's banks. Obviously, it's not all, but a lot of it is driven by bank flows. So expiring on FOMC, and a lot of the theme has been banks. I would imagine you probably see some big choppy range and then closing in around these levels. And that sort of lines up with the idea that this may be attacking the expected lows here on IWM. All right, cool. Hopefully that helps you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.